Hello everyone, I'm Josh from the band 21 Pilots and you're listening to 89 FM Radio Rock. I think when we write music, we tend to try and write music that kind of makes you think. We live in a culture where there are so many distractions, and I think it can be good to cut those out a little bit and try to really think. And it felt like during this time, it might be a good time for some distractions, in a way, some healthy distractions. And so writing this song was just meant to be a happier sounding song that we can listen to and enjoy without constantly having to pay attention to the news and the negative things that are going around us during this time. And that was essentially the idea behind that. Working on this song was definitely the most separated that Tyler and I have ever been while creating. And it was definitely an experiment. And we weren't really sure if it was going to fully work with us just being in completely separate spaces, but we truly sent files back and forth to one another. And I think with technology now, it just makes it really possible to work remotely. And though I think it's ideal to be in the same place, it's definitely possible to be in separate spaces and have conversations over FaceTime or phone call, or even text back and forth notes, and you can get on the same creative page while not in the same room. And it's super easy to do. Quarantine for me has not been so bad. I think coronavirus is not cool, but quarantine is, I think it's important sometimes to be forced to not be so busy and running around and doing things in the world. Taking a break from people can be good. I think focusing on yourself is important. So for me, I've been doing some running. I play my drums every day. I like to walk my dog Jim, and a little bit of video games, which is something I've stepped into for kind of really the first time. I've never been much of a gamer, but what better time to pick up video gaming than now? And those are a few of the things that I've been doing during this time. This can definitely be a tough time for a lot of people. I think especially the people who are a little bit more social. So I would say, I think some things that are positive is that because technology is where it's at, it's possible to stay connected with your friends without being in the same room. You can get on FaceTime, Zoom, WhatsApp, all these different video chat things that are available. You can call or text, and I think I've actually talked to my parents more during this time than I have in my entire life put together. That's not true, but I've been talking to them a lot, and I think that's great. I think allowing yourself time to just sit and do nothing is also acceptable and okay. And because I see a lot of people who are doing things like learning new languages or going above and beyond kind of learning a new skill. And while that's great, I think it can be overwhelming. And if you're not reaching those levels, then you might feel discouraged. I think that right now it's okay to rest and allow yourself to not feel stressed about that. Maybe learn to cook something. When Tyler and I started playing music together 10 years ago, it did look pretty different. There were 3 of us traveling around in a small SUV playing shows, and then that progressed to 4 people. And then we got a bigger SUV, and then it progressed to 5 people, and then we got a van, and then 6, then 7, and our mode of transportation just kept getting bigger because more people were added and more people kept coming to shows, which was great. And so I really think the biggest difference is that we've been able to be presented in front of a lot of more people, which was, I guess, the goal. I think when you start out in any kind of art or entertainment, I think your goal should be to reach as many people as possible, especially if it's something that you believe in and that you're passionate about. And so I would say that's the biggest difference. The way that we come up with ideas and collaborate and write has pretty much stayed the same. I think that's something that we try to keep very close to the core, and try to make sure that it is authentic and comes from us. And then, you know, we have a great crew of people and team of people that are able to kind of really make that come together and come to life.
89, a Rádio Rock.